Okay, I think we're live here. Let's just check on the old YouTubes. And I want to say hello to Miskatonic Madman. And yeah, okay, we're good on YouTube. All right, let's turn on the camera here. Hi, hello, friends. I want to say hello and welcome to Miskatonic Madman. Hello, thank you for being here. And Lemon Pie says it's not technically a cathedral. That only applies to one church per diocese, and in Paris, that is Notre Dame. I did not know that. Wow. Thank you very much for that. That is far more religious information than I claim to possess. Hello and welcome, FKHC. It's the 13th now here. Today in 1781, William Herschel discovers Uranus. Huh. That I wasn't even born then. Yeah, thank you for being here. Old Man Bird says, I'm just seeing the scale of this thing comparing to people in the background. It was pretty huge. Sacre Coeur, not a cathedral, but Sacre Coeur on top of Montmartre, and I'm pronouncing it horribly, I'm sure. But it's an overlook. It's on a hill and it overlooks a lot of Paris, so it's fantastic. And yeah, I want to say, is this show about the parasites? Well, I do have some Paris things to show you. What timing, says FKHC. I'm there in Paris next week at this time. Are you kidding? Well, fantastic. Oh, that is brilliant. Oh, well, shoot. Okay. The last time I was in Paris was 2007, so it's been a little while. Hey, Gorilla's Random Thoughts. Hello. Keeping it down. I can't see the road. You'll have to speak up. I'm wearing a towel. Hello there. Hi. And hail. Says Jason Love. Great to see you here. And Paris. Where's the Athos, Porthos, Aramis, and D'Artagnan? TARDIS materialization. Oh, are those are the four musketeers? No kidding. Well, three musketeers, and obviously Porthos is the dog. Great to see you. Thank you for being here. Hello and welcome. And Sashi is here. Hello and greetings, Sashi. Thank you for being here. Now, speaking of Paris, all right, during my travels in Paris, now this was the first time I was in Paris, would have been with Educational Foundation Tours. It was EF Tours. It was through our school, in that we had three teachers that were sort of heading the tour. I was 17, 18 at the time. And yeah, we went to Paris and London and Italy and Switzerland. But one place we did go in the evenings, we were 18. We wanted to go out and see the place. We went here. Now tell me if this rings a bell, because this used to be a thing. This used to be the thing. If you were famous, you would go to the Hard Rock Cafe. This is in Paris, and I bought this in the Hard Rock Cafe. And I think I had a Coca-Cola because I didn't drink at the time. But that is the Hard Rock Cafe cassette. Let's see what's on here. Status quo in the army. Eric Clapton, Let It Grow. J.J. Cale, After Midnight. Well, isn't that ironic? The LA's, There She Goes. The Scorpions, Winds of Change. Niagara, J'ai Vu. J'ai Vu. J'ai Vu. I have you. Is that French translation? I have you. J'ai Vu. Who knew? Niagara. Well, Niagara is clearly a Canadian band. In Excess, Need You Tonight. Elton John, I Don't Want to Go On With You Like That. So that's what was happening in the Paris Hard Rock Cafe by Polygram. And that would have been, 1991, I want to say. Yeah, there you go. 1991, maybe 92. It was a while ago. But anyway, yeah. Tape cassettes. That used to be a thing, folks. So that was pretty cool. And everyone's saying hello to Gorillas. Of course you're going to say hello to Gorillas. Gorillas is fantastic. Jason Love says, as for the 90s movies, It's after he saves the life of a king, etc., that D becomes a musketeer. D'Artagnan. Ah, okay. Lemon Pie Citrus, of course, says, how did we get on the topic of Uranus? Sounds like a discussion between you and your doctor. Yes, absolutely. Actually, they all are. D'Artagnan becomes the head of the Musketeers. Well, yeah, they need a leader. Absolutely, they need a leader. Okay, the good old mixtape. Yeah, that was what the Hard Rock Cafe in Paris threw together. What's a tape cassette? Gorillas. Hi. Yeah, Jim Morrison is definitely buried there, Old Man Bird, in the Paris cemetery. I wasn't a fan of Jim Morrison at the time, so I mean, we drove by it on the tour bus, but I never actually went to the Jim Morrison gravesite. However, what I did do in Paris was I picked up. I might have shown you this last week, but this is the yeah, I did. I think this is the book you can. This was 55 francs, so like about $10 back in 1991, and it has the Mona Lisa, which I saw in person. She's not much bigger than this, honestly. It's a small painting behind a lot of big wood and glass, but the Mona Lisa herself is quite small, and she looks just like that. But yeah, this is the Paris book. And speaking of the thumbnail for this show, that is Montmartre. That is a spot for young lovers to go in the evening. You can see all of Paris pretty much. It's got a beautiful view. As you can see, there's steps to get up to it. It's not a cathedral, apparently, but it is Montmartre. It is a Sacré Coeur, is the name of it. Sacred Heart. Coeur meaning heart. Sacré Heart. Sacred Heart. My pronunciation is terrible. And yeah, that's the church itself. I'm gonna call it a church, but yeah, that is in Montmartre, the district of Montmartre. It's sort of a bohemian. Would that be? I think that might be the description. That's the bohemian area of Paris. And you know what else is nearby? This will here, Lemon Pie. You'll get a kick out of this. This is an Old Man Bird. That's what's nearby. Now, that's La Moulin Rouge. That's where the dancing can girls are. Yeah, so Paris was amazing. I saw a lot in Paris. Absolutely a lot. Ooh, so you got to get yourself a guidebook because you're never going to take a picture that nice. I mean, that's the Arc de Triomphe, the triumphant arch. And yeah, so you might as well get a guidebook. I mean, yeah, it's heavy to carry around, but it's worth it. Now, speaking of pictures, I have a special treat for you tonight, and I think I've shown them maybe once before. And Jason Love says Notre Dame is pretty impressive. It sure is. I love Notre Dame, absolutely. The Notre Dame Cathedral, that's in there too. You know what? Actually, I think that's the very first thing that they show. If my memory, yeah, there you go. That's the first building, indeed, that they show is Notre Dame Cathedral. Now, I've shown pictures. I've done Paris on this Thursday Night Travel Talk before, and I've shown you my own pictures of Notre Dame. Not as good as those, so therefore, I recommend always getting postcards and getting the travel guidebook. Nemesis of Eden. Hail, you beautiful beings. I hope you're all doing well tonight. Pleasant Valley Picker. Hello. Good to see you, my friend. Excellent. Absolutely adore the Doors, says Jason Love. I do now. I do. I really do. Speaking of famous grave sites, I've been to the grave of Selena. Really? Huh. I've been to Bruce Lee and Brandon Lee. They are in Seattle. And I've been to Jack, the guy that drowned in Titanic because the bitch wouldn't let him on the door. Sorry, excuse me. Jack, and Jack Dawson. And there is a grave in Halifax graveyard, the Titanic graveyard where passengers are buried. Jack Dawson is there. Don't know if it's the same one, but people seem to think it is. Remember when your tape gets eaten or you had to rewind it with a number 2 pencil? That is absolutely true. James Morrison is buried in Paris. Absolutely. Well, thank you for being here, everyone. Now, I do want to show something special. Nice to know you saw some awesome things in Paris, Spidey. I sure did. Absolutely. I should have taken more pictures. Speaking of pictures, a friend of mine, Toshio-san, he painted these. He was in he lived in Abiko, which is north of Tokyo. Oh, I'm gonna dim the laptop screen here. And he was a chef, and he ran a little private restaurant out of his house, and he painted that. It's sunflowers, and he signed it. Oh yeah, he did. There's his signature right there. And yeah, Toshio-san, Toshio. He was an older gentleman and a good chef, and yeah, he painted that himself. And I just showed. I came, I practiced English with him. I saw him sitting outside the house every day as I was walking from the train station back to my house, and I wanted to practice my Japanese, so I went up and I asked him what time it was, and in Japanese, and he started talking to him just to practice my Japanese. And eventually he invited me in, and I saw he had a little hole in the wall type restaurant, and there was cockroaches in there, but the food was good, and it's just part of the climate there. And anyway, when I was leaving Japan, he gave me that painting, and he gave my housemate Taro, who's half Japanese, half Hawaiian, awesome fellow. He gave Taro this one, and Taro couldn't take it with him, so I have it. And if you ever want this back, Taro, you got to come and get it, and we'll go out and have a good time. But yeah, he painted both of these. Toshio-san did, my friend. And he's got some talent. And look at the frames. Like, that's some nice framing right there. That's some nice framing. Now, I've had them framed. I didn't carry the frames around in my backpack. I had them framed. But yeah, just gorgeous. So yeah, there's a bit of artwork for tonight. And let's get back to the chat. And yeah, we have a beverage that we need to open. That's for sure. Old Man Bird says, well, if you were there, it was behind a lot of wood. Hail, Nemesis of Eden. No, honestly, that's a small painting in real life. It's not real big. And I've shown pictures of it before, I'm sure. Nice to see. Yes, thank you for being here. And Arc de Triomphe, built by the Romans, if I remember. Jason Love, that's true. There were things in London. There's still standing structures in London. One that was round with pillars in front of it that comes to mind, and that was built by the Romans. You can still see aqueducts outside of London and Paris. London for sure, and I'm quite sure I remember them being outside of Paris as well. We are building an Arc de Triomphe out of jealousy, says Old Man Bird. Well, Paris is still there, man. You go and see it. Absolutely. Hell, I'll go. I'll be tour guide. Let's go. Not to mention the Seine River travels, and of course, the Eiffel Tower. Beautiful river. And the Eiffel Tower was amazing. Absolutely. In fact, I've got pictures of it in 1999 with the countdown clock to the year 2000, like a giant friggin' digital clock on the Eiffel Tower. And I have a picture of it in 1999, and it was counting down the days. I've been to Mary Jones' grave. I don't know who Mary Jones is. I know Mickey Jones. I think he was a singer for the Monkees. And cheers, folks. We've got an extra old stock. Pretty much malt liquor, I believe. Yeah, cheers, and welcome to the show. Now, I'm packing. So I wanted to show some of the things that I've got because I'll be moving here, and so I wanted to show some of the things that I have because I've never done that before, and not like this anyway. And I wanted to show a bit of things. Now, does anyone? Ooh, I guess we can do it this way. Does anyone know? Speaking of music, and the Hard Rock Cafe cassette, does anyone know what this is? Oh. Well, it says chili peppers, but does anyone know what this is? And I've got a whole box of them. Wait, let's see. Oh, we have more chili peppers. Apparently, all the yellow ones are chili peppers. But there's mixtapes in here. Oh, I just gave it away. Ooh, there's Bob Dylan. That's a mixed one. You're right. Whoever said it. These are MDs. MD stands for mini disc. And yes, I did pick up a mini disc player while I was living in Japan because it was all the rage at the time. Japan was living in the future, and this was 2004, 2005. In Corpus Christi. Yes, Old Man Bird. I would love to go to Corpus Christi. And yeah, Jill hopefully has a couch. Highlander, the series, had a lot of great episodes where they were allowed to film in Paris. No kidding. Beautiful. I saw that statue too. Pretty cool, says Lemon Pie, Old Man Bird. Oh, the Selena statue. Okay. And I want to say hello and welcome to Troglodyte. Thank you for being here. We're doing a little bit of a show and tell of some of the things that I've picked up. Où est la plage? Holy shit, Old Man Bird. Where is the beach? Well done, sir. You speak probably 4 or 5 languages, I'm going to guess. Hey, Nemesis, says Gorilla. Her gravesite is there too. Selena's in Corpus Christi. Nimes Aqueduct. Yeah, I'm sure Paris had aqueducts outside of them. Lemon Pie Citrus says, I enjoyed Paris and people were friendlier there than in other parts of Europe, in spite of the reputation. You know what? The people in the tourist areas, I mean, they love tourists. They want the tourist money. They like the tourist traffic. They like seeing people from all over the world. Paris is one of the most international cities in the world. So, yeah, if you're going to run into people in now the people that have to live there, I don't know. I lived in a tourist ski town, Whistler ski resort, and there were some times where I wanted to strangle some tourists, let me tell you. Mary Jane, witch that is buried out at Loon Lake, says Gorilla's Random Thoughts. Well, not Spider-Man's Mary Jane, because I saw her just recently, if you know what I mean. I had 6 eggs today, Oman Bert, trying to make bread right now. Awesome, Nemesis. Eggs are good for you. Laser disc. Mini disc. Not a floppy disk. No, Troglodyte. Burned CDs. Well, they're mini. Yes, exactly. An antique from the 1990s or the 1700s. Yeah, no, 2004 specifically. A mini disc, exactly. New old stock. It's been sitting there 2 years, probably. CD single, no. And Rusty Rivers, hello, sir. Glad to see you, Rusty Rivers. Thanks for being here. Now, I was just showing people some of the things. No, mini disc didn't really catch on over here, but they did in Japan, and that's so. I get this. I backpacked around with this guy in. Yes. Let's see if it turns on. Where's the power button? Oh, here it is on top. See, this is a mini disc. Oh, and here's the speaker, right? And I have another speaker. I don't have it with me. It's next, but yeah, I'm not gonna plug both of them in. And you turn it on right up here. Aha! See? And check this shit out. Oh, that's where the CD goes. I don't have a CD in there. Okay, settle down. Yeah. Okay. No. Close that. I don't have a CD. Do I have a CD? No, I don't have a CD on me. Yes, I'm definitely breaking this. Now, let's do this one. There we go. I knew I had something in here. There's a mini disc. What's this? AC/DC, Neil Diamond, Nick Drake, Chad Kruger, Madonna, Live, Summer in the City, 500 Miles, The Proclaimers. Yeah, okay. Jimi Hendrix. Oh yeah, that you can fit all. So anyway, that's how you do that. And you can play. Does it go in this way? I think it does. Anyway, so yeah, that's how that works. And this also came with a remote control that also has Japanese on it. I don't know if you can see the blue, but yeah, everything is Japanese. So that was fun backpacking around with that. But I did get it home. I can't work it backwards without looking at it clearly, but it does work, I assure you, and I have played music on it often. I may retire there, says lemon pie citrus. No kidding. In Paris? Holy shit. And thank you for being here, Rusty Rivers. I speak bad English, says Jason Love. Well, Japanese is easier to pick up than Chinese and French, I'll tell you that. You don't have to memorize verb tenses, which is good. Maybe it's partly because I already attempted French. Well, it's a pretty useful language to have. Paris ain't Paris anymore. It's lost probably forever. Yeah, yeah. Like I said, the last time I was there in 91, 92, 93, 2003, and then 2007, and I haven't been there since. Yeah, I suspect it's changed quite a bit. Yeah. Scurvy, yeah, Loon Lake was the movie. Oh, haven't seen that. Cool Hand Luke, man, I'd love to see that movie. I haven't seen that in a long time. I barely remember. Well, I don't remember anything of it really. Was it James Dean? No, it was Newman. It was Paul Newman. Along with London. You're not wrong, Jason Love. I'm scared of London. Yeah. Ooh, I'll tell you what else I have. Guess what? Guess what this is, and guess where it's from. Where's Sashi? Sashi? Do you know what that is, Sashi? It's handmade paper. The Japanese called it washi. This is not from Japan. It's not from China. It's in that area. Do you know what that is, Sashi? Or anyone, for that matter. Any guesses what this might be? Most of the old school tech stuff is pretty resilient. My old 80s stereo still works, says Sashi. No kidding. Yeah, this is, well, it's 20 years old. I couldn't work it backwards, but I assure you it still works after 20 years. It's so ironic and disgusting that what our forefathers protected with swords and shields, our enemies defeated with ink and immigration laws. That's exactly what happened. That is accurate. Chad Kroger was probably Hero from Spider-Man. That's exactly what I've got on there. I love it. Still, yep. Still buy CDs. Yeah, absolutely. Don't forget the French also helped the U.S. gain independence. They did inspire the United States. That is absolutely true. Who wrote Treatise on America? Oh, shit. Tocqueville. Alexis de Tocqueville? Tocqueville did a treatise on America called, was it Democracy in America? I believe was the title of his book. Democracy in America. Beautiful book, and it explains how, yeah, America got a lot of the ideas from the French Revolution, although they didn't bring the guillotines, which was kind of disappointing. I remember the car wash scene, says Miss Catonic Madman from Cool Hand Luke. What we got here is a failure to communicate. That's a classic line. Absolutely. No ideas, Sashi. Okay. Well, this I picked up in Laos, in Lao. They don't pronounce the S there. Lao. And what it is, it's made of handmade. This looks like bamboo wood, and it's almost a kite, but it's not. And it's got some handmade paper, and there are flower petals pressed into the paper. I don't know if you can see. I have to have a light behind it. Let me see. I might be able to do it this way. Do that, and then that. Yes, there you go. You can see the flower petals in the paper. So what this is, it folds apart, and it's a okay, and it's a decorative lantern type thing. Although I wouldn't put flame in it, or maybe an LED, but it goes like this, and you just close the little collar. There's a paper collar. The whole thing is paper and wood, and the paper collar comes down, and it keeps it tight. This is 20 years old, and it's been through a lot, but hopefully you can still see some of the light through it. But yeah, it's homemade homemade paper, and I believe it's bamboo or some similar type wood. And yeah, it's pretty convenient. It was smart because you're not going to backpack with this in your backpack, but if it folds down to what you saw and do a triangle, well, why wouldn't you, Brett? I mean, where the hell are you going to find one of these? So anyway, I thought that was really cool. I've had this for like 20 years, hanging up in my room the whole time. Beautiful handmade paper, all kinds of flower petals in there. Hopefully you can see the contour. It's been through a lot. Oh yeah, there's a good one. There's a pressing there. But anywho, I hope you like that. I liked it. I can't believe I haven't broken it yet or set it on fire. Frankly, surprisingly. Oh, Majin is here. Where's Majin? There he. Hello. Sometimes Majin can be a real cool hand. Nice to have you here. Thank you for being here. That guy, Otin fella, he was a sharp dude. Guy Otin. Don't. Oh, the guillotine. Was very sharp indeed. Ben Franklin lived in Paris. Well, that may very well have explained and influenced him, Troglodyte. That's interesting. Thank you. My retro store that I buy Xbox 360 on, books, PS1, PS2, records, tapes, and of course CDs, is literally called Last Stop CD Shop, says Jason Love. No kidding. Man, I'm glad you're lucky to have one of those. Yeah, I wish we had one around here. No CD shops, or maybe in Kelowna. I've seen the movie Car Wash with Carlin and Pryor in cameos. Love George Carlin. Love Richard Pryor. Absolutely. Legends when I was growing up. 100%. And Rusty Rivers in the chat says, oh, wait, I think I see something behind you on the shelf. Is that a Colonial Viper? Holy crap. Yes. Yes, it is. It's a Viper Mark II. Allow me to reach it. Yes. Yes, it is. Indeed. Now, I did not pick this up while traveling. I had ordered it probably 3 years ago now. I got it. I'm sure it was 3 years ago. But yes, this is the Colonial Mark II Viper. One of the sexiest starships ever, Rusty, in my opinion, Rusty. Absolutely. I mean, I'll take this over an X-Wing. I know, but you know what? Screw you. I'll take this over an X-Wing. Absolutely. I will take that over an X. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's just engines. It's like a Jamaican bobsled almost. It's like there's a passenger. You're sitting on engines, fuel tank, and guns. You know? Like, how sexy is that? And it's supposed to look like it was been through a battle. I didn't do that. It came like that. And ooh, what does it say? Who's the pilot? Yep, that's right. It's Starbuck. Yep. Cara Thrace. Captain Cara Thrace. So yeah, I love this. I love this thing. That is a Colonial Viper Mark II. Yeah, I did not buy that overseas though. But you know what? If I had seen it overseas, I damn well would have bought it. Yeah, well spotted. Well spotted. Channeling Norm Macdonald says Troglodyte. Man, love Norm Macdonald, of course. And good evening, everyone saying hello. Most of our paper lanterns are spherical, says Sashi. It's probably bamboo. Bamboo is pretty lightweight. Yeah, I was and resilient and strong as well, Sashi. So, and a common material. I mean, it grows on trees over there. And you know what? I've always wanted to make a house out of bamboo on a beach somewhere in like a tropical remote island somewhere. Just give me some bamboo. I'll grow my own materials and build a house out of that. That's just fine. I've stayed in them in all over the place. Nicaragua, Panama, um, Thailand, Cambodia. I'd be happy. Australia, even. I'd happy to live in a bamboo hut. Don't even need indoor plumbing. If there's a beach, no problem. We'll dig a latrine. Ah, I'm glad you like it. Thank you, old man. Thank you. Thank you very much, Rusty and Old Man Bird. Mobius models that make a kit of the Colonial Viper. This was, oh shit! It's where I got all the Star Trek ones. They're out of business now. It slipped my mind. Eagle Moss toys. That's where I got the Colonial Viper. They're no longer making toys. Apparently, they're out of business. But I got most of the Enterprises. I didn't get the C. I've got the B. I would have liked to have gotten the C. I did get the NX-01 from Enterprise with Scott Bakula. Pretty happy about that. Space Shuttle Boobula is kind of sexy, says Majin. There were a few CD shops in Kelowna a few years ago, says PVP, Pleasant Valley Picker. I'm wondering if there's any vinyl shops left. Probably all secondhand shops by now. Working at the car wash, man, that was a good music, good movie. They were rip-offs. Yeah, that's the problem. When you go to the markets in Paris and London, Camden Market, I remember, was particularly bad. You'd get CDs that were, and they looked like the cassette looked like it was legit. They printed out the cassette cover, the sleeve, like it was legit, but it was a burned copy of a CD or tape cassette. In the Camden Market in London and in any of the markets in Paris as well. You had to be careful to make sure it was original. That Viper can double for Buck Rogers. Man, that's another great show. If I could get a hold of a Buck Rogers ship, I sure would. They sold CDs for $10. Yep. And they probably made them for 2 or 3. So Gil Gerard, Buck Rogers, you're darn right. So yeah, that was and this $10. I think I picked this up for like $4 or something like that. Your money goes a long way in Laos. Let me tell you. Now I do have so that is where I got that from. Now, does anyone know what this is and where it's from? Oh, there's a description here, but you probably can't read that. And yes, that is a whistle. I don't know if it works. Kind of. And it's a squeaky. Sorry about your ears, but yeah, it does squeak. So does anyone know about, there's a hammer festival in the world, and I've been to it. And I've told this story before, but let's see where, if anyone knows where this is from. I picked it up. When was that? That would have been June. I think it would have been June. And let's Festa. Oh yeah, okay, there it is. Festa de São João de Porto. That was my attempt at Spanish. Sorry. So Old Man Bird, I'm guessing you understood. That was the St. John's Festival in Portugal, in Oporto. Oporto is where port wine comes from, and it's in the north part of Portugal, right on the coast. You told us you bop people with it. Absolutely. So the Hammer Festival, they sell ones like that are 6 feet long and 4 feet long and foam, and people make their own. And all night long, when is it? Well, here, you know what? Let's go. Yeah, okay. It's the Festival of St. John of Porto. It's midsummer on the night of 23rd of June, which is St. John's Eve in the city of Porto, or Oporto with an O in front of it, as they often pronounce it. It's got competitions, bonfires, fireworks, that's for sure. Drinking, definitely. Raves, processions, decorations, national dress, sports, and hammers. And for some reason, garlic plants, like stalks of garlic with the flower. And so the idea is, and I think this is just this is the anthropologist in me. I think there's a function for this festival. In the end of June, last week of June, it's hot, and it's they've just come out of spring, and it's hot, and so much like the water festival in Thailand and Laos, for example, I think it's to blow off steam in the heat, and so everyone goes around and politely bops people on the head, and it's a game, and you'll be funneling, like, people just wander through the streets to see the decorations, and as they do, people are on the balconies and they're on steps and raised ledges, and they just bop each other on the head. And I've seen nuns, police officers, it doesn't matter, you're old women, young kids, everyone gets bopped with a hammer. And if you don't want to bop with the hammer, it seems that it's okay. You take a giant stalk of garlic with the flower. Garlic, yeah, it's a type of garlic, but it's huge. It's like 4 or 6 feet tall with a flower on the end. And the idea is to come behind the person and get it in their face so they smell the garlic. And no one gets arrested for assault, or they didn't in 2007 anyway. And it's just good fun. And then they end the night with fireworks over the river in Porto, and so that's where this hammer came from. Yeah, Saint John of Oporto, Portugal, Hammer Festival, June 23rd, 2007. That's what that says. So that's a great. That's a out of all the festivals, I would definitely recommend the Hammer Festival in Portugal, in Oporto. Jason Love says, as from saying clean inside man is a Buck Rogers ship. I do like Buck Rogers ship. I don't know what the ship is called, though. Farking voice thing, Canadian Spider-Man. It is a Buck Rogers ship, as they reuse ships from Battlestar Galactica. Did they? And from Buck Rogers? No kidding. And Jason Love says, Canadian Spider-Man said CD Shop mentioned earlier sells vinyl and records. That is awesome. And so they should. And yes, Aaron Gray, Rusty Rivers, you're not kidding. Colonel Wilma Deering. Yep. Yep. And Katie Sackhoff. Yep. Definitely. In Battlestar Galactica. Yeah. Kara Thrace. You got to fight a panda to get the bamboo. Well, they're slow. I'm not too worried about fighting pandas. I have the Hasbro Titanium Series Colonial Viper. Also have the Cylon Raider from them. The Cylons had some pretty cool ships. Yep, I did like the Cylons. They were scary, all metal. Sexy Starship. Does Caress Whisper play when it flies? Careless Whisper. Oh, damn, I know this. Who was that? Was that Platinum Blonde? No. Honeymoon Suite? No. That era, though. Futura also did Star Trek ships. I only have the AMT 1 to 2500 scale Enterprise A and Enterprise B. That's fantastic. I like both of those ships. I would like to get the C, though. I really would like to get the C. And yeah, you can find them on eBay even now, Pleasant Valley Picker, but they're like $400 or $500 or $600, believe it or not. Yeah, it's crazy. And oh shit, looks like. Hello, Rod Thunderheart. Good to see you. I'm just doing a little shorter stream tonight. I'm just showing off some of the things I've picked up in my travels. Dracula does not attend. No. Whack-a-mole. Heidi Rod. Burning Benjamins for heat. And yeah, it was a hammer time. It was a hammer festival. Can I bring this to the Hammer Festival? Says Sashi. Tell me what it is. I'll look at that later. BD. Hey, Buck. Twiggy. That had to be Twiggy or Tweaky. I call him Tweaky. No CDs are cheap there. Oh yes, George Michael Lemon Pie. Well, the same era, same era. Yeah, Rod Thunart in the chat. Thank you for being here. Now what else do we have to show here? Ooh, well, I do have. I think I've shown this before. This is a wonderful hat that I picked up in Mexico, and yes, it's made to look like a pylon to warn people, and it says "muy peligroso." Cuidado, which is caution. Borracho suelto. I am very drunk. So I didn't know what it said at the time because my Spanish was much poorer. I just liked the fact that it was an orange traffic cone that you could wear as a hat. But yeah, that's the extent of my Spanish. My Spanish has gotten marginally better, but it was really bad back then. But it's getting better. Not quite up to some levels, like Old Man Bird, but I'm getting there. Now, what else? No, nothing there. No, we don't want to. Ooh, now this Old Man Bird, this might be of interest to you. If you're gonna get yourself a book, if you're gonna go to Japan, you can pick up the language. It's not hard. I recommend that. Making Out in Japanese, and it really is an effective. Like it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's got all kinds of things in here. Oh, it's got love and marriage, and all kinds of. So books are handy. Don't use your phone. I mean, take your phone, but try and learn yourself. Try and if even if you only pick up 10 words, which is not hard to do, you can memorize them on the flight or the bus ride. Those 10 words really gonna help you navigate. What do I got here? Holy shit. Okay, I don't know if you can see this. I just found this earlier. I wish the lighting was better. This is 2 Deutschmarks. It's a 2 Deutschmark coin. And speaking of francs, I don't know if anyone they don't still use them because they're all on the euros. But that is a French franc. You can tell because all the French coins used to have this lady. I think it's a lady. Yeah, it's Lady Liberty or something like that on there. And this is a half franc coin. A half franc coin. It says half franc there. Oh yeah, it does. Yeah, half franc coin. And that's from got to be 2007. No, maybe no. They had euros in 2007. That's probably from 92 or 93, I'd say. So I was happy to find those coins. That was all right. Ooh, what's this one? 10 centimos. Banco de Peru. Oh, okay. So here's some Peruvian coinage. That doesn't focus very well. But anyway, it's 10 cents basically. Yeah, I thought those were all right. Hey, Wes Cagle. Wes Cagle's in the chat. Wes Cagle says the French coin looks like the old American coins with the walking liberty on them. No kidding. Well, I don't. France and United States have a lot in common in the pursuit of liberty, or at least they used to, and revolutions, and kind of holding the kings in check. Liberty was a big thing in France. I don't know what happened, but it used to be anyway. Now it's Lady Burka, says Trogledge. Oh yeah, shit, no kidding. It looks like the West Cagle symbol. Hey, and there he is. I read Shogun. I can get some. Ooh. Man, Shogun, he was the head dude. Troglodyte says, no con, don't drive here. no con, no conducir aquí. No conducir aquí. Now that's Spanish because aquí means here, but what's French for here? Où is there? Can't remember. Anyway, that looks like driving because it's conduire in French is similar. So I think that's driving. No driving here. Very similar. But yeah, I've had a. It's been a while since I've had to speak French or Spanish, so it's escaping me. I need to spend at least a week in country before I really start to remember it and recall. Thank you for being here, Wes Kegel. Really appreciate it. And PvP says Europe's dead and Canada's next. Well, I have a little bit of, I don't know. England is starting to see a little bit of a spark. I almost gave up on England, but they might not be down for the count. We still believe in liberty, says Jason Love. Hell yeah. Just not anybody in charge. Ultimate power corrupts ultimately, doesn't it, my friend? Japan has a kick-ass lady prime minister. Yes, they do. Lemon Pie Citrus. She rocks. She's absolutely. Speaking of Japan, I have some Japanese treats here. So I do have. This is normally used for photos. Anyone old school, you remember photos, and you'd have like a 3-ring binder, and you'd keep like photos in this kind of thing. But instead of photos, I use it for kind of souvenirs. Like this is a potato chip bag. Looks like French fry strings, potato chip strings from Japan, Calbee, and I be damned if I can read that. Uto usu usushi usushi ushoi. Nope, can't read it. It's been too long. But anyway, that's a Japanese snack. And they always have to have cute little animated characters for everything. I don't know why. But anyway, I don't keep photos in it, but it's excellent for keeping like business cards. What's this? Oh, the Peak Experience. Oh, look at that. So this is this is to go up to Victoria Peak in Hong Kong, where you're overlooking Hong Kong. This is, you take a tram up to Victoria Peak, and this is the Peak card. It's basically a transit pass that takes you up to the peak of Hong Kong. So this little photo organizer, really handy for keeping things like that in place. Yeah, all kinds of things. I thought that was kind of cool. Stormer just put through anti-blasphemy laws. Yeah, well, we've got Bill C9 that is going to Parliament. Looks like it's going to pass. So same thing. Don't say anything out of line, otherwise the cops will come and get you. Wes Kegel says, Canadian Spider-Man, I like the stream, but I can't share it out. X locked my account for being naughty. Well, for how they did that to me, and I didn't even do anything naughty. Like, if I'm going to get in trouble, at least let me do something. Someone posted today, Canadian troops attacked by Iranian missiles, and Carney covered it up. No kidding. Well, it's bound to happen. Those bastards are terrorists, basically. Don't drive here on my head. Oh, well, that makes sense, Troglodyte. I don't think I've ever driven on anyone's head. No, not that I can remember. If I was younger, I'd apply to move to the United States. Yep. Well, they gain some skills, and they'll take you. You just need to be able to do something that not many people can do. Then all kinds of people will want you. Don't say terrorist bad, you go to jail. Exactly, right? Well, fortunately, I'm not monetized, so I can say that here. And jail? Well, they got to catch me first. And have you seen police these days? They're not exactly... Let's just put it nicely. They've lowered the physical conditions to become a police officer. Let's just put it that way. This is my 4th time in the timeout chair, says Wes Kegel. Well, but see, I think that, yeah, you don't deserve that. It already passed. Yep, definitely passed. B still no. C9 was debated. And it's got to go to the Senate. And yeah, it'll pass, but it still has to go through the Senate. Yeah, the Senate. The Chamber of Second Sober Thought is what it's called, and they spent $29,000 on taxpayer booze in the last 6 years. That's just directly booze. Who knows else at restaurants and things like that. So yeah, not exactly that sober. I lost one channel, was getting some major traction on X, says Troglodyte. Yeah, excellent. Well, I'm pretty happy that X is pretty free speech now. Mostly. I guess permanently, if my appeal is denied, then seeing as I told them to go F their mothers in the appeal. Well, it's better than telling them to go F their mothers in another orifice. I'm not helpful. Oh, hopeful. Well, you're probably not helpful either to your own self. But I mean, what else are you gonna do? I don't blame you. Susan Dolan. Hello, Susan Dolan. Where's there she is right there. Hello, Susan Dolan. Good to see you. Excellent to see you. Thank you for being here. Carney recently said Canadian troops will never join the war. Yeah, he says a lot of things and then he goes back on it. He flip-flopped like 6 times now. Yeah, that is true. That is absolutely true, as far as I can see. So I do have a box of goodies here that I haven't opened in a while. So, and I'll tell you what. This is my Stanley toolbox, and I took this all through Paris and Australia because it's durable. But I tell you what, they think you're coming to work when you show up with a toolbox. So they inevitably pulled me over. But you know what? In the airports, you can sit on it. It's sturdy. Nothing's going to get broken. So let's see what's in here. It's been a while. I highly recommend the two. Well, although I did get pulled into extra questioning because I thought I was coming to work. But, there's something. This is El Molinillo, the tradition of great cocoa. So this is cocoa. This is the cocoa beans. And this is from Venezuela. I know Venezuela has been in the news recently. So this is a burlap sack, and it's got authentic cocoa beans in it. Cocoa nuts, not coconuts, but cocoa pods, seed pods. And it's got a nice little homemade ribbon there. And the last time I opened this, I think I opened it when I did a chocolate stream with Carla and Jill and Tiger Stripes. But this, I got it in Venezuela in 1991, and they're still from cocoa nuts in it. Yeah, it's pressed. It's basically pressed cocoa. There you go. That's straight from Venezuela. Now they export a lot of silver and a lot of oil, but they also have cocoa, and it's super dry. So it's not going to go bad. There's no moisture in there. And I still grated it into my hot chocolate, probably a couple months ago. And it's still good. So from Venezuela. Venezuelan chocolate. You're going to love that. And what else? Ooh. Okay. No. Well, here's something. Yes. This was given to me from a friend, an older nurse friend of mine, and it's not homemade. It looks it. But these are plastic. But you carry this. You just shove this in your pocket in Japan because it's hot as hell in the summer. And then you always on the train, say the train stops or whatever. There's a shutdown on the train line, or you're just somewhere that there's no breeze, no air. You fold it out. And the key to a Japanese fan, I don't know about other kinds of fans, but it's in the wrist. If you do this, you're going to get really damn tired really quick. So the secret is all in the wrist. And you just do this. And believe it or not, It works. Carry this with you. This is a good gift to give someone if they've just arrived in the summer in Japan, and you do that, and you build up. Japanese people have really big wrists, man. They can don't arm wrestle Japanese people because they do this all the time. Anyway, highly recommended. Ooh, this is okay. This also is from Japan. Now JR, that's that's the Nebuta Festival in Aomori up in northern Japan. I did go see the Nebuta floats. These are big paper mache floats, like giant devils and demons. Well, not evil like Satan, but cartoon characters basically from folklore. And JR is the train line, Japanese rail, and yeah, that's so they give out these fans. What's that say? Oh, and there's the phone. There's the phone number for if you want to call JR Rail, Japanese Rail, and you know how to speak. There you go. You just call them. Bisu. Yeah, I can't read. Besu something. That's be and that's su. But this is kanji, so I can't read those. See, I can read hiragana, but if you can't read kanji, it's in the same sentence. You can't read it all. Anyway, same principle. Same principle from the wrist. It's all in the wrist, folks. Let's see what I gotta wet my whistle and see what the chat is saying. Sapporo Ichiban, says Troglodyte. Japanese girls have strong wrists. Oh, baby. Actually, geez, I never thought of that. I can confirm that, PvP. Yes, indeed. Old Man Bird says, Wes Kegel, I remember when you told us that because it was so confusing. Maybe a bot detected that you were angry and auto reinstated. Huh. Yeah, the last time I got timed out, I told them to fuck themselves and they reinstated me within the hour, so I figured try it again. A fish can give you dinner, Carney can send you to a food bank to eat. Yeah. No tickle trucks, okay? No, this is a good this is a good this is a good tickle trunk. Weak men do make dangerous leaders. You're not wrong. Absolutely. Yeah. What I said this time was pretty ugly, but it wasn't violent as they claimed in the notice, says Wes Kegel. Well, there's a huge difference then. Yeah, violent is a huge difference from nasty. You're allowed to be nasty, just not violent. So there's a huge difference. And Lemon Pie says, call the JR now and ask them what's up. I can ask them what time it is. Nanji desu ka? Ji is time. Nan is nani? What? Nanji desu ka? Oh, what's up? Slang? Doshita no. Doshita no? Doshita no? What's up? It's slang though. Doshita no? What's going on? What's up? Something like that. That's why Asia plays badminton more than tennis. More wrist flexibility, says Sashi. No kidding. Yeah, well, I believe that. Well, let's see what else we have in there. Oh, look what I picked up in Cuba. It's a postcard. Ernest Hemingway and Fidel Castro in La Habana, 1959. There you go. It's a postcard I picked up in Cuba. And I had a drink in the hotel where Ernest Hemingway used to stay. What did I have? I had what's the one where they crush up the mint in the bottom? That's a huge one in Cuba. Shit. They crush up the mint and excuse me. It has slipped my mind. This is not my first beer tonight. That's why my memory is not as awesome tonight. Mojito. Thank you, Lemon Pie Citrus. Mojito. No, not a mint julep, but they grind up the mint in the glass and pour it in. It's fantastic. Fidel Boint Maggie Trudeau. That is true. I believe that to be true. So this that is a completely magnetic background. The writing's in Japanese, but this is my Tokyo rail card. That's your pass. And 16731. They use a different year, so it wasn't 2016, it was 2004, but in their calendar it was 16th year for something. But anyway, Abiko, which is what that says, Abiko to I can't read that anymore. Matsudo. Abiko to Matsudo. I memorize the kanji. I can't actually read it. Although I do know that symbol means sister or daughter. But anyway, Abiko to Matsudo. You just memorize what the friggin' symbols mean. That's the way you do that. And what else we got in here? Anything cool? Ooh, yeah, little. Oh yeah, you hang this on your cell phone in Japan. It's got a little bell. And this is hiragana, if anyone can read, starting at the top. Matsudo. Those three characters, Matsuri. Sorry, not Matsudo. That's a town. Matsuri. Matsuri means festival. So basically this says festival. Any kind of festival. They love to celebrate. And you just put this on your cell phone, and it's kind of a cute little thing because Japanese people, they love cute little things, I guess. It's probably why they like me. I don't know. Hard to say. And what? Ooh. Now I did get these. I do like these. You can go to a shop and get some pretty unique ohashi, which is chopsticks. So this is a Japanese chopstick set. It's made from local wood. And yeah, I got it at the 100 yen shop, basically the dollar store. But yeah, real wood, not plastic, and just kind of a cool set of chopsticks. They do have dollar stores. They call them 100 yen because it's about 100 yen to the dollar, more or less. The 100 yen shop. So that was kind of cool. And what else do we got in here? Ooh, no, can't show that. That's illegal. Oh, yes. Here we go. Now we're talking. Right. Now we're talking. If you're going to get a t-shirt with a picture on it. So this is Thailand, the floating markets, just south of Bangkok. And Vietnam also has floating markets, but this was in Thailand. The Thailand floating markets. And just absolutely incredible. Really, really good. What else we got here? Ooh. Oh, yeah. Right. Yeah, no, can't. That's no. But no, that's from Honduras, Utila. Yeah, that's 2014 Utila, Honduras. And there's a bar, and it's called the Skid Row Bar. And it says some naughty words at the bottom, so I'm not going to display that. But anyway, if you go to the Skid Row Bar, and it's in Utila, in Honduras, in Utila, in Honduras, there's a lot of African Caribbean influence there. And they have a drink. It's got alcohol. It's got 17 kinds of herbs in it. It tastes like dirt. And a little bit of marijuana even in there. And it's supposed to be a medicine, like a tonic. And at that bar, if you go to Skid Row, and if you do 4 shots of the stuff, you get the t-shirt for free. And it was a challenge, and it wasn't easy, but I did it. And yeah, it was hell of a challenge. I forget that Garifuna. It's Garafuna, something like that is the name of this drink. Had his leg shot off by Israel, says Pleasant Valley Picker. Wow. No, I did. Did you see the Iranian dictators had a cardboard cutout of the latest dying leader? I did not see that. No, I'm glad we're way over here then. Sashi says, funny thing about Iranian missile strikes. A Chinese EV took a glancing blow from the strike and all occupants survived. A BYD vehicle? No way. Wow. Every guy's affected by the Asian persuasion sooner or later, I presume. Yep. You got to be on your toes. That's true. Oh, thanks for putting the news link in there, Sashi. Appreciate that. Been there, got the t-shirt. Well, you had to drink the 4 shots of the Garafuna medical tonic concoction. But, man, it wasn't easy. I'll tell you what. It was not easy, but we did it. I did it. Ooh. What else do we have in here? Oh, okay. Well, that's always a cool. If you go to Amsterdam, you might see this. That's another postcard I picked up. In Amsterdam, there's a lot of borrowed bicycles that get thrown in the canals. So they have a specific barge with a guy on a dirt scoop picking up all the bicycles out of the canals in Amsterdam. I just thought that was a cool postcard to pick up. Why not? And then, I got this. I got this right in the. I do enjoy going on brewery tours, and I did go to the Guinness Brewery. And this is for a bottle of beer, a tall bottle of beer. But yeah, picked up myself a stubby cooler from the Guinness Brewery right at St. James Gate, and yeah. That was quite an impressive brewery. I recommend taking a taxi there. It's in a dodgy neighborhood. I walked because I always walk, and I picked up. This is from a friend of mine in Japan, who likes to make pottery, and so she's not a professional. She's an amateur, but she did give me this. I thought it was pretty cool. Ogura-chan, thank you for that. All the way from I don't know how I didn't break it because I jammed it in there. That's how that didn't break. Well, if you do go to Amsterdam, I recommend going to this place. And I got the t-shirt. You can get coffee there, but it's not a coffee shop in the traditional meaning, if you know what I mean. The Grasshopper is it's a coffee shop, but there are other recreational things you can do there. But it's cool just to hang out. Ooh, and if you were in Australia in 1986, you might have gone, because this was the rage of the colors. I saw a Porsche decorated in all these fluorescent colors. In the 80s in Australia, this was everywhere. And this says, I survived the corkscrew. It's in SeaWorld, Gold Coast, Australia. And this still fits me, actually. I was 15 at the time. But yeah, this was the color, all the rage at the time. And that corkscrew was amazing. So I highly recommend. I don't know if it's still there. Gonna have to ask Molecular Arts or anyone else in Australia if SeaWorld on the Gold Coast is still there. The Gold Coast is huge tourist spot, and absolutely amazing. What else do we have in here? No, that might. Ooh, I knew I had it. Haha, I knew I had it. Here we go. Does anyone want to guess where this is from? Anyone want to guess where that's from? It looks pretty well homemade, as is the ball. I believe that's the ball, maybe not hand stitched, but the glove sure looks hand stitched to me. And here's the team name. Maybe Old Man Bird can read that. It might give you a clue. Los Barbudos. Los Barbudos. And that might give you a hint. No, it's from Cuba. Los Barbados, but Los Barbudos is the bearded ones. And that was not that I'm a huge fan of his politics, but he is an influential figure in history. Castro. Fidel Castro, that was his ball team's name, I guess, the bearded ones. So I picked that up at a local market. I thought that was pretty cool. Ooh, where's that from? Ooh, deft blue hand painted in Holland. Oh, well, here's something hand painted. And Holland, of course, famous for the windmills. And you want to have a shot glass handy, especially if you're in Europe, because alcohol is cheaper than water over there, for the most part. And I think is that all the cool stuff? I think that's. Oh no, well, we got a couple of Japanese shot glasses. Again, not homemade, but they were given to me from a friend. These were not made. Well, I mean, they were made, but not by my friend. And what else do we? Oh, we got this. Ooh, some spice. Tangine spice. Got it in Morocco in 2007. So that's some tangine spice. So if you have a tangine pot, you just pour this in with the vegetables, and there you go. Now the last thing I want to show you is that's not baby Jesus, it's baby New Year. And does anyone know where that is from? Baby New Year. Because there's a special, in this place, there's a special ring made of sweet bread with fruit and frosting and raisins, and it's really delicious bread. But they put 3 or 4 of these little baby New Year's in there, all around in the bread. And so you're eating the bread, and then all of a sudden you have a plastic baby in your mouth. Just, well, it's not the first time, but it was surprising this time. It's an Easter. No, it's a New Year's thing. It's a New Year's thing. And if you said Mexico, you'd be correct. That's from Mexico. They put little. So if you buy the sweet, delicious looking, it looks like a Christmas wreath. It's around New Year's when it comes out, and it's just sweet bread, and it's got candied cherries on it, and a little bit of frosting and raisins, and it's delicious. It's bread and sugar. But watch out, because you'll find 3 or 4 of these little baby New Year's in there, which is quite the surprise. Cuba, final answer. Correct. The ball glove was from Cuba, indeed. Tickle trunk, and I'm just going through the tickle trunk. That's exactly what I'm doing. Rastafarian baseball. That sounds like something I'd be into. I didn't eat him. I didn't swallow him, but I definitely chewed the crap out of him. There are teeth marks on him. Yeah. And there's not even a warning. Like, my Spanish is good enough I could at least read the label. There's no warning about that. I guess you're just expected to know. Oh, I do have something. This is from 1987. And I went to the World Jamboree in Australia, in Cataract Scout Park. And, good night, Wes Cagle. Got to hit the hay. I got to get up early so I can hit the road. Thank you for being here, Wes Cagle. Jason Love says, baby, the other white meat. Oh, geez. But I picked this up in Australia at the Boy Scout World Jamboree, the 16th World Jamboree in Cataract Scout Park in New South Wales, just close to Sydney-ish. And our troop was next to a Texas troop. And what you do in Boy Scouts is you trade badges and you trade items. And so I traded a Canadian shirt for the Texas troop was next to us. And so, what does it say? Howdy, mate. World Scout Jamboree, Australia, 1987 to 1988, 16th South Central Regional Troop 608. So, yeah, I was friends with Texans even back in 87. Lemon pie. So there you go. Lemon pie. Is this scout troop still going? Is that still a thing? Troop 608, South Central Regional. Anyway, yeah, that's one of the very oldest souvenirs I have. And I think I'm all the way through. I think we might be done here, folks. I mean, really. I don't have two. Oh, this is just papers and that. What's menus? Okazaki Castle. Oh, well, that's pretty cool. No, that's map. Lots. I do collect a lot of maps. I do like maps. Maps are always good. And no, I think that's. Oh, I mailed home some stuff when I was traveling after Japan and after China. I went to India. No, I was in India going to China. And I wanted to mail. I had accumulated a lot of souvenirs, so I wanted to mail some stuff home from India. And they stitch it up in cloth, right? And then you write the address on in cloth, and then they seal and they stitch it and they seal it with wax. This is not stains. This is wax that they sealed all along the stitch line. And then they put the postal marking on it, and they shipped it home. And yeah, it was stitched up and waxed and sealed in this bag. And they said it would take 3 months to get there, and it was 3 months to the day, pretty much, that it arrived back in Canada. I was quite amazed. I'd never seen anything like that. They did it all in front of me. It was pretty cool. And I think that's it, folks. I think that's everything. So, no, there's one more. I don't think I've Japanese wooden clog type sandals with the rubber bottom, right? So they've got the rubber bottom, and they've got the nice fabric straps that are nice and padded, and it's nice lightweight wood. So these are the Japanese sandals. I thought that was cool. But I think that's it, folks. I think that's everything. Good night, West, and hello, Rancor Steve. I was just wrapping up the show. I think we've got everything there. Shagged, not snagged. Oh, there is a difference for sure. I want my baby back, baby back, baby back. I want my baby back, baby back. Chili's, baby back ribs. Yes. Oh man, Chili's, baby back ribs. I got to go for an hour before I even hit any kind of a restaurant that would have ribs. Crap. Good night, West. I think we're going to call it as well. Thanks for being here, Rancor Steve. Live long and prosper, West Cagle. I haven't traveled much, says Troglodyte, but I just know Canada is the best. Well, I don't know. There's some countries that I could retire in pretty nicely, a lot warmer than Canada. Costa Rica, Panama, once upon a time, Cambodia. Japan, although it's crowded in Japan, you're never really alone. But Japan was pretty cool. Yeah, I used to think Canada was the best, but then there's just so many awesome places. I no longer say that. I can't say that now. I'm out here making sure the wild pigs don't bother their property. I hope you have a light gathering scope. Hail, Rancor Steve, says Susan Dolan. Full 4 mags for these wild pigs. Holy crap. That's awesome. Send some bacon. You don't need a restaurant, CSM. I've got venison udon. I do, actually. I'm making a second batch of venison udon. I'm not lying. Honest to God, I made a second batch in the slow cooker. It's finishing up right now with the buck neck, udon noodles, garden garlic, garden cherry tomatoes. Not this many mushrooms. I ran out of mushrooms. I only have a few. Yeah, same thing again. It's fantastic. I am making venison udon as we speak. Susan Dolan in the chat says, my oldest brother was stationed in Japan while he was in the army. He brought home 2 Fuji sticks with some wooden sandals. That is awesome. Fantastic. Japan's a great place to visit. It's a great place to live, too, if you don't mind not having privacy ever. It's awesome. Oh, I got this shirt in Ecuador with the chocolate, of course. I went to a chocolate. I went to a coffee plantation in Panama. Did we go to the chocolate? I don't know that I did go to the. I went to a chocolate tasting. They called it a factory, but it was more like a chocolate shop. But Ecuador makes some delicious cacao, some cocoa beans. No, I think that's pretty much everything we've gone through. And one day, when I get time, I did keep. Oh, what's that? Oh, yeah. Excuse me. Oh, I did pick up. I've got a CD somewhere of this man's didgeridoo music. I did pick up his didgeridoo music when I was in Northern Territory, and I thought that was pretty cool. And I don't know where I have that CD is somewhere. Who knows? But I did keep a travel journal similar to this, and a lot of the places I've been to. And someday it might be. There's a lot of funny shit in here. I no doubt. And so someday I might want to. I don't know, make some stories out of these. See what's in them. I haven't read these since I wrote them, but I keep maps. Yeah, sometimes I keep map of Perth in Western Australia. So this was the first, second time I was in Australia. Not the Boy Scout Jamboree. This would have been 2001. I kept all kinds of maps. I kept descriptions. So someday we're going to have some stories come out of here. Who knows what's in there? I do not know. Anyway, thank you for being here. Thank you for being here, folks. Agreed. Canada was the best. When until I was 15, it was easily the best. Agreed. Thank you for the stream, Canadian Spider-Man. Very awesome. Well, thank you for being here, Lemon Pie Citrus. We've been almost an hour and a half. Very much troglodyte. Looked like the Indiana Jones diary. Yeah. My parents got that for me. It was a great gift. And I filled it. Absolutely filled it. And some days we'll make some stories out of that. But anyway, I want to thank all of you for being here very much. And we did start the evening talking about the Hammer Festival in Portugal. And I tell you, that's one of the most amazing. I mean, the Fire Festival in Kurama, beside Kyoto in Japan, was an awesome fire festival because it's fire. And they carry flaming torches around on their backs, and they finish it with a bonfire, which is cool. But the Hammer Festival, I mean, there's nothing like it. The Water Festival in Thailand, another, like cops got splashed with water, nuns, motorcycles, didn't matter. That was a good festival too. But the Hammer Festival, definitely. And if you go to my channel, and if you search Oporto, there you go. Here's the Hammer Festival. So I'm going to share this with you now. Pause. And yeah, I'll pull this up and show you guys. Let's do that. We'll share audio, definitely. Vamos para a Okay, there you go. So that was, I know I should have taken a lot bigger videos. I did not. I should have. But we can go back. And here's the, okay, St. John's Hammer Festival fireworks in Oporto. This one right here. And this might be loud, so be careful. This is over the Douro River in Oporto in Portugal. Yeah, there you go, folks. So that is, it'll give you a little idea. And remove that. There we go. So hopefully it wasn't too loud. Hopefully I didn't blow your ears out. But yeah, lemon pie. Not kidding. They started at 10 p.m. and went till midnight. So it was 2 hours of fireworks like that. It was crazy. Hey, the Rev one. Glad to have you here. Hopefully you just caught that video in Oporto of the Hammer Festival, which ended at 10 p.m. till midnight. Some huge fireworks over the Douro River. Thanks for the stream. Thank you, Troglodyte. Let's grab our towels and make our way to the restaurant at the end of the universe. Hey, I'm up for that, Jason Love. You got it. Thank you, Miskatonic Madman. Thank you, Old Man Bird, for being here. Let's grab our towels. Yes. And I'll see you at Nemi at the Frolics. Yeah, Friday Night Frolics. We'll see you there, Old Man Bird. Fireworks stuff blowing up is awesome. I'm hoping you got the full effect of that, Jason Love. It was amazing. And oi oi CSM, said the Rev. Good to see you here. Long live and prosper, everyone. Definitely. Stay amazing, you beautiful beings, says Nemesis. Thank you for being here. We're gonna end the stream there. And yeah, have a good night, everyone. Is that the way of writing the Raven? I don't know. That was good. Good night, everyone. Thanks.